My Roommate is a Vampire by Dennis the Menace. Read by Deathlight. Chapter 21, Underworld. Though I would have been the better mayor, I would have been the utter imbecile just to walk away. She was the entire mastermind behind all of this. Through my carelessness, I just gave Silverstreak a crucial piece of information, no matter how inconsequential it was. We were short one vinyl scratch. What did this say about the inner circle as a whole? We were weak, disjointed. Across the street there's a quaint diner, open 24/7. I wouldn't look too out of place, even if it was nearly empty. So T-Pone is working register and cooking. Evening, I said cheerfully. What can I do you for? Plenty of coffee. Now all I had to do was wait. Wait for the demon to walk through the door. Waiting, any day now. At some point, I couldn't recall, I must have fallen asleep. Perhaps I'd been staring so intensely across the street I exhausted myself. Maybe the coffee had an opposite effect on me. That brief jolt of energy from the drink made me lethargic. When I lifted my head groggily a few hours later, it was day. One of the employees was poking me. Impossible! I watched the door. I stormed over, shoving the doors open. The bartender jumped. Mare, silver coat, silver mane, silver eyes, silver cross cutie mark. When did she leave? I demanded. Oh, you were that pony, a few hours ago. She took the exit. Now listen, are you gonna buy something or not? Hey! The next few days were a blur in my mind. I was just shifting along from place to place. My parents haven't bothered to call or write in for at least a week. Not that it bothered me in the slightest. As far as any pony was concerned, the culprits of the bombings at Equestrian Daily and Club Canalot were one and the same. There was a palpable tension in the air. Normally the weeks leading up to the two biggest events in Equestria, Heartswarming Eve and Grand Galloping Gala, would be filled with anticipation and excitement. Now every pony was on edge. The streets, now covered in snow, usually filled with wealthy ponies strutting the latest winter fashion line, and bratty foals throwing snowballs, were largely empty, desolate. Sometimes I think I forgot how to be a normal pony. I couldn't possibly begin to imagine what every pony else in Equestria was feeling. Our actions, whether we like it or not, had an impact on society. They had been spying on me for days, weeks, months even. My every action, observed, record, analyzed. I was becoming agitated to say the least. Silverstreak had been able to find me whenever she wanted. I was being watched and I couldn't do anything about it. Paranormal was beginning to set in. I couldn't even take a simple stroll down the street anymore without looking over my shoulder. I kept seeing things and nearly bit Harpo's head off the other day when he gave me a pleasant hello. If my entourage noticed my behavior, they didn't say anything. For the most part, I've been able to work with them through our rehearsals. You may ask yourself why I find them incredibly dreary and boring, and I can only tell you to imagine a passion in your life, something you genuinely enjoy doing, like painting or writing. Now imagine if somebody told you can keep doing what you loved, but you had to do it their way, paint it or write it the way they wanted. We weren't making music. The music at the Grand Galloping Gala wasn't meant to be lively or passionate. It was meant to be background noise. In a way, our music was almost as repetitive, if not even more so than Vinyl Scratch's electric music. My spare time was spent analyzing Silverstreak's fake statements, and for the most part, I didn't learn a single thing about her. Anything before the last 6 months were insufficient. She, like all ponies, had to eat, drink, and sleep. She was mortal, just like us, and she too purchased the same things we did. But I did manage to narrow down 10 payments of a substantial sum, 500 bits. Made to a jewelry store on Main Street. Silverstreak didn't wear jewelry, as far as I could tell, nor did she seem like the vain type to do so. Before I could even investigate, I received a call Friday night from Princess Luna. I thought you'd appreciate me telling you that tomorrow night is a full moon. I frowned. Did you call me here just to tell me about this? No, but I have a present for you. I flipped through the booklet. A calendar you shouldn't have, I said flatly. Oh, but the best part is that it's personalized. Indeed, it was personalized, with pictures of the princess in sexy poses, and it even has a system to tell you when full moons are, see? Pointed out a small picture of a grumpy wolf Octavia. Why is there an entire week of me being grumpy? That'd be Octavia on her period week. Nonetheless, I believe you may have found something. I cocked my head. Princess, I do not doubt your abilities, but I do not think you have very much time to go running around Canterlot. May I remind you that you are not the only member of the Inner Circle, Octavia. I flushed. Luna paced. Though it doesn't look like it, Octavia. All the members of the Inner Circle are doing their part to fix this mess, she said. All over Equestria, though mostly in Canterlot, our members are currently scouting out for any signs of the Silver Horseshoe members, and where they are congregating. She gave me a small smile. We look out for each other. Do not think you are alone. Vital Finish and Hoity Toity are just as frantic about Vinyl's disappearance as you are. We hadn't had a meeting. How do they find out? The Silver Horseshoes may think themselves as secretive, but we can too. Luna smirked. Have you subscribed to her newsletters? It was reassuring to know that some pony had my back. So does this mean we have a lead? I asked eagerly. Yes, a potential lead on Vinyl Scratch's whereabouts. My heart leapt. One of our scouts had just noticed an incident taking place 2 hours ago, where 3 ponies were injured and the paramedics had to come. Well, that explains why he called me on such short notice. Yes, well, what was also interesting was all these ponies all had silver coats and manes. Potential members? Oh, there's no doubt in my mind they are. But what is more interesting is where they were. A local motel. They received multiple blunt force trauma injuries, and one of them reportedly had a bite mark on their upper leg. That sounds like a scuffle with a squirrel, I remarked dryly. 2 of them will have to breathe through a tube for 6 months. One a fractured horn, others suffer broken ribs, and the last one had their jaw dislocated. I thought you said multiple blunt force trauma injuries. You didn't let me finish. Oh, did I mention one had a hemorrhage diaphragm? Now it sounds like they were mangled by a manicore. Vinyl Scratch. Luna set several photos of the victims on her table. I paled, surprised at the severity of their wounds. Is Vinyl Scratch always this brutal? I squeaked. She is dangerous, and now she's off on some personal vendetta. I don't know what Vinyl wanted. If it was the same thing I was after. I catch the lesser of mysteries, other ponies' crimes. I think I know why as well. After meeting Silver Streak, she said something that implied that they might have been in a relationship together. Something about Vinyl leaving her. That is correct. I raised my head. They were in a relationship together 2 years back. Are you telling me that Silver Streak has been out for us because of Vinyl Scratch dumping her? That is only half the story, Luna explained. Vinyl cut off her relationship with Silver Streak only after she found out she was being used. As in she was using Vinyl to get her money? No, she was using Vinyl to get to us. Luna let her words sink in. And she was extremely close to irreversible damage on the Inner Circle. Only Vinyl found out, and it didn't end well? Presently it did. Vinyl managed not to kill her. I suppose that counts. Silver fled for obvious reasons after Vinyl confronted her. Now that would have been the end for Vinyl. Luna sighed, but she managed to get away with some information about our members. I remained silent. Enough story time, I suppose, and into business. As you're emotionally invested into her, I almost considered not sending you into the interrogation. When Luna saw the indignant look on my face, she added testily, Almost, but I decided to let you go. You will go there and see what you can find. You will not confront nor pursue any Silver Horseshoe members, and you will report to me your findings. Clear? Crystal, I muttered. The motel was a rundown sort of place. Seeing that the struggle took place not 2 hours ago, there are still a few ponies clambering on the opposite sidewalk. Rumors were already beginning to spread. I ducked beneath the yellow tape. The night guards gave me a nod, permitting me to enter. Room 3. A struggle has definitely taken place here. The broken shards of a vase were littered across the floor. An electric cord had been ripped from the wall, and I suspected it was used to attempt to strangle a pony. There were several drops of blood on the dirty carpet, and pillow feathers were everywhere. Perhaps a pillow fight had taken place here, and it just got out of hoof. Oh yes, Vinyl had definitely been here. The pony's in the hospital, the sign of her passage. What did that tell me? Nothing. Could I track her down? Not around all these ponies. And I doubt that I could be able to pick her scent out. I sniffed around. There's more than 4 scents here, but Vinyl's was the strongest. The others were fairly new. Put in the hospital, no Vinyl to be found. That could only mean that there was other Silver Horseshoes. However, the strongest smell that overwhelmed my nostrils was vinegar. They'd use vinegar to mask their scent. Following the trail of vinegar would take me to a dumpster outside. I pulled open the nightstand drawer. Inside was a pair of headphones, definitely hers. Amongst the broken shards of the vase, I managed to pick out one lone purple one. No doubt it belonged to her glasses. The trail had ran cold, but I still had one more lead. Hello, how can I help you today? Are you here to buy some jewelry? I'm here on authority of Princess Luna, and I demand to see your ledger. The jeweler blanched. Of course. You thrusted a clipboard at me. I can't believe that actually worked. I scanned my eyes down the pages. Nothing but signatures and purchases made within the last month. I squinted, my hoof hovering over a box dated for last week. Princess Luna? An alias? Do you check who writes on their names on these orders? I narrowed my eyes. Oh, of course I do. It says here that Princess Luna ordered a pearl necklace for 5,000 bits. I frowned. Last time I checked, pearl necklaces doesn't cost nearly that much. Not to mention that the address this is sent to isn't Canterlot Castle. My mistake. I lunged, catching the poor pony by his tie before he can get away. Now you listen carefully. I'm in no mood for games. I want to know who ordered what, when, and where it is sent to. I don't remember. Remember harder, I snapped, yanking his tie. It was a silver pony, that's it. Came in asking for silver jewelry, nearly cleaned me out. I didn't ask any questions because it's the best deal, and I didn't ask why he needed so much. Told me to send it to a water treatment facility. Water treatment facility? That must be where they are. I let go of his tie, smoothing it out for him, and giving him a condescending pat on the head. Thank you. I'll be sure to recommend you to my colleagues. He laughed nervously. As fast as I could, I dialed. How are we even supposed to use these things? Princess Luna. I didn't have to wait for the phone to ring when she picked it up. Princess, I know where they might be. What? How did you find out? Didn't matter how I found out. I needed you to send every pony available to Canterlot Water Treatment Facility. Octavia, order you not to approach. I can't wait, Princess. Vinyl might be there, and I think she's in trouble. Octavia! I ended the call. Taxi! Any pony could tell you what Canterlot looked like. A shining white castle on the edge of a mountain, with a waterfall pouring down to the bottom. See the waterfall? That was where the water treatment facility was, or at least the main part of it. To get there, you need to travel to the industrial side of Canterlot, where there was no ivory towers to be found. Only old, run-down buildings and such. The water treatment facility was a large warehouse building spanning at least an entire block. Even from here, I could hear the waterfall. No pony around. No movement in the windows, though I doubted you could see in or out of them, considering how grimy they were. Two double doors that served as an entrance were open when I tried to open them. They were definitely meant to be locked. Inside, there was a maze of catwalks, ladders, platforms, all the same color, a dull gunmetal gray. The sound of rushing water grew louder. One slip and I'd be taking a one-way trip down the waterfall. The fall would surely kill me. It was poorly lit and a tad creepy on the inside. They knew I was here. I knew they were watching me. Why all the suspense? This is a trap. I knew that. There was a plan somewhere in this. Decoy, yes. I knew I would make a great decoy. They distracted themselves with a poor, pathetic gray earth pony. I'd find Vinyl. A rescue would be launched. Great plan, Octavia. Luna would obviously send backup. Help was coming. The only reason help was coming was because it made things urgent. Because I didn't listen to her. Now I was forcing her hoof to make a decision. If I was smart and actually listened to Luna, she'd at least spend another day before launching an attack. So why wait? Waiting would cost Vinyl her life, and I wasn't going to risk that, even if I was going to have to risk my own life. The things I do for love. Before I can even give myself a pat on the back, something slammed me in the back of the head, knocking me out cold. Yes, great plan. Genius Octavia achieved. Okay, what do I have to say about this chapter? Well, there's gonna be a huge battle scene in the next one, you can guarantee that one. So, because it's wrapping up, if you read the story before, you know it's wrapping up rather soon. And also, if you think about it a little bit, Octavia is the reason why Vinyl is captured. or yeah, he was captured just because she had that little bit of information out that she's alone, and they were probably tracking her, trying to figure out what she was doing. And after Silverstreak figured out that she wasn't actually with anybody and there was nobody for backup, she knew that she could probably take her. So yeah, Octavia, this is all your fault. Anyways, what else do I have to say? Not much actually. Other than I've been just working a lot, so